Welcome to Success from Scratch, episode number 57, and my special guest, Christopher Garcia from Austin, Texas. Hey, Christopher.
How's it going, Mark?
Doing great. Glad to have you on the show today.
Thanks for inviting me. I really appreciate you thinking about me to be a part of this.
Yeah. So the question that every consumer wants to ask, well, Christopher, how's the market?
It's good. It's what you make of it. So it's always, hitting the streets, making sure people know what you do. It was, every end of the year it gets a little slow, so you got to kind of hit the streets a little extra hard to make sure that you got some kind of traffic coming in.
Yeah.
But the market's always good, and it's always what you make of it too. It's a mindset. Yeah. So yeah.
So tell us a little bit what you did before real estate.
So I've been in sales for a long time, and right before real estate, I was selling for a dental lab. I was visiting dentists on a daily basis. I was doing lunch. We were doing dinners, and basically you're working from home. And I've worked out of my own space for 15, 20 years because I used to do mortgage for a while. But what I wanted to do was start to get myself positioned in a way where real estate was my main focus, just because it's so much more fun than selling dental stuff. But so during that time period, I kind of learned some of the basic steps about what it takes to succeed when you're on your own. Mm-hmm. And it comes down to daily habits, comes down to knowing that you're on the clock just like any other clock, just that it's your own clock.
Right.
So depending on what you want to make at the end of the year, you got to make sure and do the daily tasks.
So what's one of the most important daily habits that you have?
Getting up at the same time and making sure that doesn't break, even if you go to bed late the night before. Still got to keep on with that consistency of keeping that momentum going, because that you start waking up late and then half the day's gone. So it's a matter of making sure that you still do the little tasks to make sure that you're doing your phone calls, you're going out meeting people. If you're going to go have lunch, make sure you invite somebody so that they're always thinking of you, top of mind awareness, little things.
Is that a tough discipline for you to do in terms of maintaining that habit? Is that tough? Is it hard?
Not at this point. 21 days is what it takes to create a habit. So once you get to the point where you start waking up at 7:30 every morning, I'm not a really a morning person, to be honest with you. But if I can at least create a consistency of 7:30, do either a workout so that I get the energy rolling, or at least do a short jog around the neighborhood. I think it helps me to get my brain going, just because I'm not a morning person. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a matter of creating those daily practices. And then once you start falling in love with those practices, it's not really a task. It's more like your lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, for those people out there that aren't morning people, the Miracle Morning, which is all about the Miracle Morning routine, has a whole chapter about, for those folks that aren't morning people, how to deal with that. So that Miracle Morning is a great book, and even addresses those like yourself who maybe aren't the perfect morning people. But tell us about your marketing. What are you doing that's unique and different to attract clients?
So my focus is I want to build a brand, but I want to base that brand on something that's more than just selling houses, if that makes any sense. Because I want to make a difference. So I started this brand called Canvas, which is powered by JP Associates. And the idea behind Canvas is I've always liked to do art, or at least be a part of art galleries, music, of course, live music, DJs. So I've always, in college, I used to throw parties, and we would do it to where it was both for monetary gain and as well as because it was fun. So what I started doing is doing once a quarter events. Like we had an event at our house furniture store here at the Domain in Austin. I invited a couple of different retailers. I also invited Austin Oral Surgery, and they were all sponsors for the event. Doc B's provided the food. But we raised money for Austin Angels, which is it's a program that helps foster families in their trek, because it's not an easy task when you take on the role of being a foster parent, especially some of the kids that have been through some travesties. So I wanted to do something that, you could sell a house and then it's like, what's next? But it feels good and rewarding to get them into a home, but I've got to create something else that's going to be something that's, when I'm said and done, that I can look back and go, man, that's kind of a cool legacy. Let's keep on that track. So my marketing is that I spend quality time with whoever I meet. So my intention is when I go out to meet people, I'll be honest with you, Mark, I love Jesus, but I drink a little. So I go to bars here and there, and I'll meet people, but it's about the intent behind the meeting. It's about who are you as a person, what makes you tick, what makes you excited, what's your passions. And at the end of that discussion, if I can say, by the way, I do real estate, so if you're looking to buy or sell, feel free to remember me. But the discussion was more about them than it was about me. And if I'm the one out there trying to position myself and looking thirsty, they're going to forget about me. I didn't create emotion in them that's going to make them remember me when the time comes that, hey, you know what, I might want to buy a house. So it's just a matter of setting yourself apart from just being a salesperson, because I don't want to be a salesperson. I want to be a professional who believes in what they do and provides a service to the community. And I think that branding is a way better position than just going out there trying to sell houses.
Yeah, so for you, it's clearly not just selling a home. It's much more, it's kind of like our JPAR hashtag, it's beyond brokerage. You know, for us, it's just not about running a brokerage. It's really about much more. And it sounds
improving
like,
lives.
Yeah, you have the same outlook. So is there one tip, one thing that you would like to share with the audience about your success?
Be authentic. Be who you are. We're in the age of authenticity right now, and the people that are resonating with a good message and that you want to associate with can read BS like you wouldn't believe. And the minute you start trying to give people bullet points, hot buttons, talking like an old model salesperson, you're going to turn them off and they're going to go somewhere else. And and also, if you don't know what you're talking about, say you don't know what you're talking about. But you're going to find the answer. You're going to make sure that whatever they need, you're going to provide for them in a way where they believe in you. Speak with conviction. If you're new to the game and you're like trying to figure out how you're going to get those first, contracts, be convinced that you know that you're a good person at what you do and that you have their best interest in mind. Don't act like you know something that you really don't, because you're going to lose all sense of confidence in them. They're not going to see you as the professional they're going to hire you next time or recommend you, because that BS is going to come across and they're not going to like it. You know what? Let me go with somebody else who just is upfront, honest, has integrity. Yeah. Just be authentic.
Yeah, for sure. You know, one of the taglines we have is transparency rules here. And in today's environment, if you're not transparent and you're not authentic, it's going to be really tough to be in business.
You're not going to last, especially like in Austin. Everyone here, I love this market. Everyone's really genuine. It's the people that you meet, they're all pretty cool. I enjoy this town so much that it's a pleasure for me to work here, because you're always meeting cool people that their friends are then your friends, and it becomes a big happy family. It's nice.
Well, that's awesome, and thanks for sharing your story today. It's been an honor to have you on the show, and we'll see you on another episode of Success from Scratch.